Hi, I'm Karl Konrad and welcome to the Special Migration Budget Edition of Australian Immigration News. In this edition, we have combed through the various budget papers to highlight the key migration-related issues. And this program is proudly brought to you by Australian Immigration Law Services, the company I founded in Sydney more than 25 years ago. In relation to migration matters, the federal budget handed down last night was polarising. It was business as usual, such as the planning levels for the next financial year, which will be 185,000 places. 132,000 places, about 70%, will be allocated to the skilled stream. In the next financial year, planning levels will be conducted not just on a year-to-year basis, but on a 4-year basis for better planning and certainty. Now this morning they have released the total migration program figures breakdown, and we'll cover these quickly for you. The employer-sponsored has gone up to 44,000, and of course this had to happen because the short-term stream is now available to be able to be sponsored for PR. And the numbers had to come from somewhere, so the 189 visa has now dropped to 16,900. The regional numbers at 33,000 is a good strong figure, and the business innovation stream at 1,000 will mean it may take a while to clear out the old 888 applications. The global talent is a little bit down for the 4,000, and this new NAV visa will just incorporate those numbers. The distinguished talent remains the same at 300. The family-sponsored visa program remains essentially the same as the year before. Good news for the government was that this financial year's net migration figures are coming down to about 400,000, with 260,000 planned for the next financial year. This news was quickly reported through the national media as a highlight due to the sensitive nature of the housing crisis unfairly blamed on new migrants. However, the biggest upset of the night was the announcement of the Business Innovation and Investment Program being scrapped. However, this was not even mentioned in the national press. This program will cease at the end of this financial year, and it appears that refunds will be offered to any undecided 188 provisional applications that choose to withdraw. The good news, however, is that those who wish their applications to be processed, they will be finalised. You can see in the latest FOI information on the department's website there are about 1,700 applications on hand for the 188 visa as of February 2023. It still may take a while to clear out these old applications. Those who hold the 188 visa will still be able to continue to meet their requirements for permanent residency via the 888 visa in the future, so there is no need to panic. With the closure of the Business Innovation and Investment Program comes the creation of a National Innovation Visa we will call the NAV. The NAV will replace the current Global Talent Visa sometime towards the end of this year. This new visa will target exceptionally talented migrants who will drive growth in sectors of national importance. It will be expected that these areas of national importance will probably reflect similar current target sectors of the Global Talent Visa. The National Innovation Visa's title indicates they will be looking for talented entrepreneurs who can drive growth through these targeted sectors. It means the NAV will possibly not focus on talented academics and well-paid experts like the Global Talent Visa has in the past. In many ways, this will be a new version of the Business Innovation Program where talented migrants are expected to have that capital to drive growth in these important sectors. Another significant change is in relation to the 482 Temporary Skilled Shortage Visa. From the 23rd of November this year, the government will reduce the work experience requirement for all applicants from 2 years to only 1 year. It is very likely, therefore, that the new Skills in Demand visa will carry on with this similar experience requirement. This will assist those who hold graduate 485 visas to transfer to the 482 visa if they are lucky enough to gain employment related to their studies. The construction industry received the recognition it was so desperately seeking. The government will provide $1.8 million to deliver streamlined skill assessments for around 1,900 migrants from comparable countries to work in Australia's housing construction industry. Sadly, however, there is no mention that this money will drive down the skill assessment processing times of those who have completed their trade courses in Australia and are using the Job Ready program for their skill assessments. One can only hope. The government will implement a new mobility arrangements for talented early professional schemes known as the MATES program for Indian nationals from the 1st of November 2024. The MATES program will provide a new mobility pathway for 3,000 Indian graduates and early career professionals aged 18 to 30 years at the time of application with knowledge and skills in targeted fields of study to live and work in Australia for up to 2 years. This visa will have a pre-application ballot charge of $25 and an application charge of $365 of those lucky to be selected. This measure is part of the Australian-Indian Migration Mobility Partnership Arrangement. And as part of this MMPA, the government has also lengthened the validity of visitor visas, subclass 600 visitor visa stream for Indian nationals from up to 3 years to 5 years. And speaking of ballots, the government will introduce a visa pre-application ballot process for the capped work and holiday subclass 462 visa program for China, Vietnam and India from the 24 to 25 financial year. This ballot process will help manage program demand and application processing times from these countries. A ballot charge of $25 will apply. The government will provide $1 billion over the next 5 years to support the sustainable operation of the new Administrative Review Tribunal, which will replace the Administrative Appeals Tribunal and address court backlogs associated with high numbers of applications for judicial review of migration decisions. It may take a while before we see the processing times come down, but no doubt the government is motivated to make it happen. The budget has also allocated the finances to assist domestic violence sufferers and ensuring support is there also for people no matter what visa they hold. The Escaping Violence Payment Trial and Temporary Visa Holders Experience Violence Pilot will be extended until the 30th of June 2025. Eligible individuals will be supported through up to $5,000 in financial support, including $1,500 in cash payments and up to $3,500 in goods and services. Additional support services, including safety planning, risk assessment, and referrals to other services, will also be available for up to 12 weeks. The budget papers also outline some further details regarding the capping of the number of international students. The government will be implementing a regulatory requirement to ensure universities deliver more purpose-built student accommodation. The plan is to increase housing supply and help ensure that increases in international student numbers do not put pressure on the domestic housing market. The government will require universities to establish new purpose-built student accommodation should they wish to increase their international student enrollments above their initial allocations. I'm sure the universities will have much to say about this in the coming months, so stay tuned. I'm sorry if I look a little tired tonight, but it's nearly midnight when I finish, and I'll hand it over to our wonderful editor, Constantine, who will work all night to put this together so you can watch it tomorrow. We'll be back to our usual program on the weekend, no doubt with more comments on the budget. As always, take care out there and I'll see you next time, so bye for now.